So hello viewers, I'm working on this BMW X3 and I want to show you a really annoying issue with these cars. This is the first generation X3 E83 and the customer complaint is, yeah, it's kind of sunny, but you can clearly see that the screen is sitting black like that and it's not working at all. Right now I'm scanning the car to show you the fault codes. It needs little bit more time to show you, but when it's ready I'm going to show you. Okay, so for some reason I didn't get fault codes in the navigational system because probably it's not active. But if we go in the navigational system, as we can see this here, I'm going to show you that I don't have a communication to it. Right now still the screen is black as we can see. And let me show you that we are not going to be able to connect to the navigational system, which is, yeah, this is that communication error. So let me show you where is the navigational system and we're going to continue from there. So I have disassembled it. It was hot with, I believe, 3 bolts it was, but it sits originally here, and this is it. This is what turns on the screen on the navigational display. So this is the box, and actually it was kind of disturbing because most of the X3s has one additional video module which should sit underneath the navigation, but this one, I believe this is because it's newer X3 from the last ones. I'm not sure 100% about it, but is integrated in the navigational system inside. The video module is inside here. Some of the X3s has separate module for this, but in my case is this one. So before condemning this navigational system, which we need to check the powers and grounds and the communication line which goes to the navigational system. First of all, I'm going to show you the fuses which are in the glove box. So they sit here, and the fuses for the navigational system is number 7, which you guys probably going to see this 5 amp orange fuse, which I have checked, and number 42. I have some issues with my camera and it's cutting my videos all the time, so hopefully you saw number 7. Number 42 is this 10 amp fuse, and yeah, I have checked both of them and they have power which are going to it and they are in good condition. So the next step is to check the power to the box right here. So let me show you the wiring diagram for this box where the powers and grounds are going, and we're going to check them. So this is the wiring diagram. As you can see, we have these 2 fuses which I told you, F7 and F42. The both fuses 5 amp and 10 amp, which I checked and they are in perfect shape. So they are not shorted or something like that. And 5th amp fuse goes to pin number 3 on this plug, and 10 amp goes on the other plug, which is on once again pin 1, and the ground goes on pin 10. So let me see which plug is which. So 1313, so 313 is the lower one and 12 is the upper one. So on the bottom one we should have the ground and the power, and on pin 3 is the communication wire cables, which is this one, and on the other, the upper plug, is the power. So let's check them. So it's kind of messy. I took my scope and I'm going to use my test light to check the powers and grounds. I'm going to start with the powers, so I'm going to put my test light on ground, and if we touch somewhere a power, it's going to light up. So let me check which box were ours. So I believe this one it was. No, here we have one power on one of the box and one power on the other box, so I'm going to need to open them up, so give me a second. Okay, so I have opened up the blue plug, and let me show you pin number 1 here should be the power, pin number 3, this white with red, should be the cables, and on the other side the brown wire should be the ground. So I'm not sure am I going to need put ignition on, but let's see, do we have a power on pin number 1? So with one hand it's going to be kind of hard. Let me show you. I'm going to try with one hand, and as we can see we have a good power going to pin number 1. Now I'm going to switch to power supply, and when we touch ground the light should power up. So let's go on pin number 10, which should be the ground wire, and let's give it a try. And as we can see on pin 10 we have a good ground. So the only thing which left to check on this plug is pin number 3, which is the K-bus line, for which we're going to use the scope, because we cannot check it with test light or multimeter. So let me hook it up and I'm going to show you what signal it comes here. So the scope is hooked up to the K-bus line on pin number 3, and this is the signal. As you can see, from 12 volts from 12 volts to 0 volts, and the signal looks here actually, so no issues at all with the K-bus line, and it is getting to the navigational screen, so for sure we don't have issues with the wire. So after checking the K-bus, the only thing that left is to check the power wire on this plug, because we have checked the power and ground on this plug. The only one it left here, one more power wire, which is from the other fuse. So let me open up the plug and we're going to check the last power wire, and we're going to condemn probably the navigational system. Okay, so I have opened up the plug, and as we remember, on pin number 3, violet and white wire should be the last power. So let me hook up the test light to battery. Oops, this is from the scope, to battery ground. If we touch power, the light should turn on, and let's see. As we can see, good and healthy power supply. So pretty much we're ready. We have diagnosed that this navigational system is faulty, so now we're going to search for a, probably not a new one because it's going to be really expensive. We're going to search for a second-hand unit and we're going to give it a try. So after a few days we have a second-hand unit, and I'm not going to lie, this is the second one that we take, because the first one didn't work also as this one. So this is the second one, and let me show you. So I'm going to hook up the both plugs, and we're going to see what is going to happen. It's really hard with one hand, guys. Okay, it's making some noises. Okay, for now I'm not going to hook up the antenna. I'm just going to hook up this one. This should be enough to turn on the screen. Let me show you. So right now ignition is off, so let's turn it off. On, sorry. And because it's too shiny, you can clearly see that right now we have a working navigational screen. So yeah, this was the issue, but let me show you quickly that now we're going to have a communication to the navigational system. My camera is getting me out of nerves. So once again, let me show you, because it's turning off all the time. I don't know what is the issue with. So now, as you can see, we can connect to the module. Let me show you the fault codes. We have no fault codes, and pretty much this was it. Let me show you once again that we have a working screen. So the issue was the navigational system module, and as I told you, some of these X3s has a video module which is out of this GPS unit, navigational unit. So you're going to have two separate modules, but in our case it's only one. And most of the time it's going to be your issue. These navigational screens, most of the time they have issue with the mechanism which is turning it up and down, but in our case it was blank, so that's why we needed to diagnose this module and change it. Hopefully it's going to work out. I'm not sure how long it's going to work, because it's a second-hand unit and it's a really common issue with these X3s, so I cannot give any guarantee how long it's going to work, but hopefully for a long enough. And yeah, we didn't have any water intrusion here actually. Most of these cars going to have water intrusion on this side, and that's why the module is going to get faulty. But in our case we don't have, at least I don't see any signs of water intrusion, because I didn't saw any green crusties on the pins or anywhere, even here as you can see on the old navigational pucks. They look in relatively good condition without any signs of water intrusion. Yeah, they have some dirt on them, but no signs of water intrusion. So in this case, this was not the issue, I believe, but most of the time you're going to have water intrusion. I don't know why, but these cars getting water from everywhere. So okay guys, I just wanted to quickly show you where is the issue with this, because it's really common issue, and hopefully it's going to be helpful for the owners of these cars. So thank you for watching guys, and see you in the next video.